I don't think people realize heroin addiction, the epidemic that it is. In Hennepin County alone, just last year, 50 people died of heroin overdose. One was my son. Did I ever, in my wildest nightmare, think that my bright 3-year-old kid that was the happiest, you know, he was good in school and all that, did I ever think that that's my son's gonna grow up to be a heroin addict? Did he ever think that? Don't ever say it can't be my child, because it can be, and it, God forbid. No one wants to live that life, that gut-wrenching, every day wondering, is this gonna be the day I get the phone call or the police knock on my door? He always loved nature and outdoors. I mean, he loved camping and being outside, and he loved music, loved going to concerts and playing music and art. He was a phenomenal artist. Played baseball, hockey, soccer, football, was a Boy Scout. I mean, all those typical things. He was a typical kid from the suburbs. I mean, he was an adult at that time, and we were sitting out at the picnic table. It was in the summertime, and he was with his girlfriend, and she said, "You have to tell your mom." And he said, "Mom, I'm a heroin addict." And I dropped to my knees. I was shocked. I was shocked. And he had been using probably for a while because he obviously was reaching out for help. And so then we got him into treatment.
He got out of treatment, and it wasn't within just a couple days, I knew he was using again. At that time, I just couldn't understand. You were in treatment for a month, and you get out, and 2 days later, you're back on it. What is going on? You don't even want to quit? Or I didn't realize that this drug is so powerful, you can't quit. He had, what, 7 or 8 friends that died, and that wasn't even enough.
The consequences of your life, you lose a job, or your schooling, or your family dynamics, all of it. With all your life falling apart around you, it is so powerful that you cannot stop. A friend had given him an OxyContin, and he liked the way it felt, and then they got really expensive, and heroin was cheap. I mean, you ask every question because you want an answer. You just want, okay, this is why. He said, "Mom, I tried it, I liked it, and I have an addictive personality, and that's how it came about." That's how simple, explain it to me. But I want an answer. I want it. You know, it's not, doesn't always have to be a trauma, a tragedy, or, you know, it doesn't always have to be that.
I'd get so angry, I just thought, well, you're just enabling him. We should just cut him off. I thought maybe if he hit rock bottom, maybe then he'd wake up and smell the roses. And I'd get so darn angry, it affected our marriage, you know.
It affected our whole family. I know in my heart that if I would have just thrown him out, he would have been dead long before he did. There is no right or wrong answer. You just go by your gut, and you know, because you're, like I said, you're just as sick.
And it's sick the other way too, the way I was thinking, you know. You walk around being mad all the time, angry, you know. What the heck? You got to grow up sometime, but it just wasn't to be.
I could see that he was getting sicker and sicker and sicker. He just hated his life. He hated being an addict. He hated it. He wanted sobriety so badly. The whole time Garrett was sick, I was sick too. You know, I'm still kind of, you do things, I mean, even as a mother, all you're doing is trying to keep your child alive. That's all you're doing.
And you're just going day by day. Is he going to live another day?
That's what I kept on saying. God, let him live another day to get to treatment, to get better. When you are a mother or a parent of an addict, people have the stigma of, oh, you must have been a bad parent, or whatever. People just have the stigma. They have no idea that this affects everybody. The pain and the suffering that he went through and every addict goes through is something that we will never, ever comprehend, ever. I know what I felt like as his mother. I can't imagine the physical, mental anguish. It's inconceivable to me. He saved so many people. I just got another call from somebody again the other day. I wouldn't be here if Garrett wouldn't have saved my life. He'd saved so many lives from overdoses, but he couldn't save his own. So if nothing else, maybe I can be his voice to try and continue to do what he was doing. It's the most painful thing that I've ever lived through or ever will, but I know he is at peace and he is not suffering and he's with God. So for that, I'm grateful. So if I have to be his voice, God and him will lead me where I need to go. I believe that.